Hey, how's it going? If you're new here, my name is Jan and I love makeup. And if you're not new, thanks for coming back. I really appreciate you. Today's video is episode 159 in the Throwback Thursday series I'm doing using old makeup. Not oogie old, just not talked about old. And today, I'm using a couple of different things. I decided to pull out my Wealthy Chic palette from Colored Rain. This is a little 6-pan, green palette. It is technically past St. Patrick's Day today, but my sisters and nieces and I are getting together for our March Dolly Parton menu tasting today. So I thought I'm gonna do green today. Yesterday, when I'm filming this, yesterday was St. Patrick's Day, and we couldn't make it happen. So yeah, it's today, and it's kind of a twofer because it's also my mother's birthday. So I'm also going to use some greens from this green and blue palette that I just used. That was my Blue Monday look. I'm not using the blue. I'm going to use the greens, and I won't use the neon green. How's that? That seems fair, right? Hopefully you're into this, and hopefully you're using some of your old makeups. I think it's easy to get wrapped up into all the new, and forget about all the good old stuff we have. Okay, we can chat more while I'm putting on the eyeshadow. Let's do this. I'm gonna go in straight off with stock paper scissors. And that's just gonna be my transition shade. This is gonna be a pretty full-on look. I'm not even gonna pretend that it's not. I haven't done green, like a full-on green eyeshadow in a long time. At least I don't think I have. It feels like I haven't. And I completely spaced the whole St. Patrick's Day thing when I was doing my Blue Monday video. And without even realizing it, I put that neon green on my inner corner because I really love the neon green as an inner corner. But it happened to be St. Patrick's Day, and I wish I had, done it on purpose for that reason. I didn't, but, at least I had the green. Sometimes it's very odd filming videos because I can't film the day they go up. So I'm kind of always ahead of the game. Like I'm not thinking like right now. So this video is for a Thursday video. Today is Tuesday. And sometimes it's hard to remember what the days are, and I don't know if that makes sense. But I feel like YouTube time is farther ahead than regular time because, pre-filming and scheduling videos out. Now I'm going to take the next green shade called Currency on my Refer 01, and I'm just going on to the tip. This is kind of, it's all floofed out now because I've been using it, but it's sort of like a pinched, flat, fluffy brush. But I think it'll be good for this right here. I just want to get a little bit of a crease going. And of course, higher than my actual crease because my eyelids are hooded. I spent about 4 hours yesterday afternoon pulling things out and getting ready to start packing. Such a time-consuming process. Boy, howdy. Whew. I'm excited though. I'm really excited. I'm not good at relaxing, just, you know, in general. So being on a cruise ship really helps because you don't really have anything else to do. There are no responsibilities. You do pretty much what you want when you want. And that's it. Man, these are good. All right, I'm just gonna go back in with the first brush and the first green shade and just blend through so those two greens mesh nicely together and everyone plays and gets along. Yep, that's pretty good. Now I'm going to go into Bank You next, just for a little bit of depth out here and through the crease a little bit. Did you see Erica's Monday video? Sunday video? She and Nikki collabed and Erica used this palette. And I was like, oh, it's such a good palette. I really liked her look too. She did an all matte look. If you haven't seen it, you should definitely go watch because, I don't know, I thought it was really cool. And an all matte look is not easy to do. Shimmer shades are very, very forgiving. So it's easier to do a look with shimmers than without. And I thought she did a great job on it. It looked so good. And then of course, Nikki's video. Nikki's just cute and young and fun, and she's a good time. All right, now I'm gonna go back in with that Currency shade, which was the second green that we used, just to blend, blend, blend. Always with the blending. I look at some people's eyeshadows and their blend, and I'm just in awe how beautiful and smooth and just gorgeous the looks end up being. The shimmers in this palette are gorgeous. I mean, they're really, really pretty. But I want to use some that I haven't used, you know, recently or at all. So I'm not going to use those shimmers, at least not right now. We're gonna go into my singles and use what? Okay, I have the Odin's Eye single in the shade Christopher and John and Justin. So I'm thinking definitely Christopher and Justin. I don't know if I'll need John in the middle as like a bridge. I don't think so, but I've pulled it out just in case. And I have some shades that are more like muted foresty greens and like mossy greens, but I'm feeling the bright green. So I'm going to what am I going to do? Sugar honey iced tea. I'm gonna start with the shade Justin on my inner lid area, up past my crease, of course. Everything has to be applied a bit higher when you have hooded eyelids, if you want it to show. you know, past your hood. Otherwise, put it in the below the crease, and then it's harder to see. Oh yeah, that's really pretty. I've been just super into good shimmer shades. Multi-chromes are lovely and fun, and I like them a lot. But a good shimmer is just as good. So yeah. I didn't even want this. Why is everything wiggling so much? That's weird. On the other side of that same brush, I'm going to go into Christopher. This one looks like maybe it's a bit chunky, and there's a cat hair. Why wouldn't there be a cat hair in a room where the cats cannot go? All right, there's Christopher. Oh, that's so pretty. Man, oh man. I almost decluttered these because I just wasn't using them. So I moved them to this empty Nomad palette in hopes that I'd get more use out of them if they were just like there together. Oh man, that's good. All right, just keep piling it on. Not too heavy, of course, but you know, just enough. And then a little bit into Justin to blend them. Yeah. I do want to go back into dun dun dun. I don't know why I closed that. I'm gonna boop into Thank You next, just for out here. Make sure there's no weird blotchy unblended spots. And that's it. I'm gonna bring the green mattes on the lower lash line and probably at least one. Maybe I'll use John as my lower lash line shimmer. Do the rest of my face, and then I'll come back and show you the finished look, and we can wrap up episode 159. All right, I am back and everything is done. Obviously, let me scoot you in for an up close reconnoiter at the eyes. I think this is a fantastic St. Patrick's Day look. I forget how much I love a green eyeshadow. Wowie, wow, wowzer. I love it. There was a time when I pretty much only wore green or purple eyeshadow. How crazy is that? You wouldn't know this because you're not here, but I put this eyeshadow on a little over 2 hours ago, and then went and started cooking the Irish meat, and well, let's just say that I had to rewash my Dutch oven because I glanced over and Puppers was sitting in it. So that happened, and yeah, I had to lock her in another room. This time of year, my bedroom door doesn't latch without adjusting like the hinges because of humidity and lack of humidity. Things shift. So the door shut itself last night, like the wind blew it shut, and nobody could get out. They banged on the door for hours, couldn't get out. she got herself out of the bedroom and came out to the kitchen. And I was just like, what is happening? So then I took some treats and I locked her in the bathroom where she could not get out. But I mean, she started out, I'm gonna insert a picture, like just up on my chair with me, and that was fine, like hang out there, we're good to go. But then once you plant your little kitty butt inside a pan that I need to use, that I have to wash, that weighs like 500 pounds, I may have gotten a little cranky at her. God. Anyway, what should have been like a 20-minute job ended up taking me about an hour. So that's, these eyeshadows are still looking pretty darn good for, you know, being on this long. And you expect them to, but I'm never sure with shimmers, you know, if they're gonna end up falling off my eyes onto my cheekers or, you know, whatever. So anyway, that is Throwback Thursday 159 done and dusted. Nothing super special on my face. I am using the Maybelline Superstay Lumi Matte Foundation again. I really like this, like a lot. I think it's very nice. So yeah, and then, you know, all the same kind of things I have been, except for my inner corner. That shade is Lightning Moss from the new Divina eyeshadows, which at this point you've seen swatches of if you watch the video. And I think, yeah, no, you've seen everything. Yeah, so I don't know, time is hard, and like I said, I'm not even here. I'm going to be on vacation when this video goes up, so not ignoring you. If I don't respond to comments right away, that's why. I will absolutely take all the time and respond when I can or when I get back. So anyway, hopefully you enjoyed this Throwback Thursday video. If you did, give it a thumbs up. If you didn't, give it a thumbs down. Either way, I appreciate you hanging out with me today. Be good and remember to be kind to you.